we continue making our coiled form. So I take the base that I rolled before and I've put it on a piece of newspaper. This is so that I can move easily the base of my form, and I don't handle it very much, because the more I handle it, the more I will distort it. So this is a good strategy to put the base on a piece of paper. I've made a little pinch pot for my slip by just pressing the thumb in the middle of a ball of clay. I have a pot of water and a paintbrush. I put some water inside this pot and that will create slip. This slip is going to be used as a glue to join, to help all the coils stick together. I take my tool and I begin scoring the base. This technique is called scoring or cross-hatching, and it's important to have a rough surface so that the clay sticks. You might find that if the clay is very wet, this step might not be necessary, but it's good practice always to do it. That will ensure that your clay sticks well together. It's particularly important if you are going to fire in a kiln your pot. Because when the pot goes into a kiln, it will shrink when it's fired, and that will introduce stress to the walls of the vessel. And that is why it's so important to do all the joins very well. I take a coil and I place it just within the edge of that base. At this point, you could, if you want, cut your coil there and then put another one on top. Or you could continue to wrap that coil round. Ensure that you still put slip between each coil, and if the coils are dry, you will need to score them. This clay is quite soft and wet, so I think I don't need to score them. When you've applied a coil, just pat it down to ensure that it sticks. I'm going to cut the edge of this coil, because sometimes the edge of the coil has got like a hole, and I don't want that. I want the edges of each coil to be solid. And I continue. Coiling is a very slow practice. It requires patience, but it is also one of, if not the most ancient pottery technique. You can make all sorts of pots using this technique, including teapots. Before the invention of the potter's wheel, people made vessels by rolling coils of clay and laying them on top of one another in a spiral fashion, just like we're doing. As the work progressed, the coils were welded together, and when the form was completed, the whole surface was rubbed down with smooth stones until the joins were invisible and were well connected. Not only well connected, but also concealed. I'm going a bit fast because I'm demonstrating, but I would encourage you to do this process slowly and carefully. Make it a bit like a meditative activity, and you will find quite a lot of joy in handling the clay. And you will find also that when you make something that you like, and you like what you've made, you'll get a lot of satisfaction. So it looks a bit like piped cream on a cake. Then I use a tool, or I can use my hand. Let's start with the hand. I can use the hand to smooth this down. What I have not done in this demonstration is smooth the inside of the pot. I'm just showing you how to smooth the outside. But really, what you need is to smooth the inside as well, because otherwise your pot won't be joined properly. You can use your thumb as a tool, or if you don't like to use your thumb, you can use instead a tool or a spoon. As I mentioned, you need to actually do this also on the inside. So actually smoothing each level as you go along would be best. To even your shape, you can roll it. It won't collapse because it's got air inside. that will keep it, if you've joined it properly, the air will keep the shape. The other thing you can do is get your wooden bat and tap it, turn it and tap it. And you should have a cone. Allow it to stiffen up a bit, or if you want to continue working with it, just wrap it in some plastic.